Hello, everyone. Welcome to Virtual Top Performers. This is going to be an enlightening time for you. You are going to absolutely love these sessions. We'll be together for 5 weeks. This is the #1 real estate training course in America for measurably increasing results, and that means more closings for you, more business for you, that you're going to recognize, and just what a magnificent creator that you are. Before we begin, I'd like to ask that you just really focus here on the webinar, that even though we think we can multitask, the fact is that the human mind it can only, and I'm a mental scientist, and I'm Dr. Hank, for those of you that don't know, and I've been teaching this for over 20 years to corporate America, and now primarily to real estate agents. And being a mental scientist, I know that you can only focus on one thought at a particular time. Now, you can go back and forth very quickly, but I'd like you to really just invest in you here. I want you to start appreciating who you are, appreciating that you attracted me and this program into your experience so that you can start becoming the deliberate creator that you really are. We are all creators. We're just typically not very deliberate creators, because we have been taught some beliefs which no longer serve us, and that maybe they served others, but you're going to actually discover new beliefs in this process. So I want you to just, that'll serve you better, and so I want you to just relax now and turn off all your phones. Don't look at texts. If you can, put it on airplane mode or get rid of that phone, and I really want your full focus here. It's just for an hour and a half. It's just 5 sessions, and I promise this will change your life. You will be enlightened by what I have to share with you, that you will start remembering who you really are. And we all came here for more growth, more freedom, which is also one word for freedom is money. And that most of us have a monster relationship with money, a monster money relationship. Like, where are you? You've been missing. And then you feel let down by money. It's not a very good relationship, because you wanted stuff and then money wasn't there so that you could get it. And so we're going to change all that. You're going to improve everything about you, but I need your full attention. So please be committed to, yes, I'm going to just have blind faith that this process can help me to lead me to all of my desires, all the things that I want: a thriving business, a thriving life, better relationships, better health, more money. All of those things literally are going to start coming to you in amazing and wonderful ways. We're actually co-creators with God, which during this process, I'll typically refer to God as Source, because most of us have been brought up that God's some superhuman being guy in a place called heaven with a white robe, long gray hair, and he's pointing down, judging us. And nothing could be further from the truth than that God is this loving energy, that we have the power to be able to blend with, and to be able to create the things that we want, to mold that loving energy into the things that we desire. And as you thrive, the world thrives. So many things I'm going to share with you are different than what you have heard, different than what you believe. And again, I just ask you to be easy on yourself, to focus on what I have to share with you, and just say, you know what, for the next 5 weeks, I'm going to just accept what Dr. Hank has to share with me, and then you're going to start discovering and start having thoughts come to you that are going to really open up your life, and you are going to be so happy that you did this process. And so I'd like you to, one of the easiest ways to connect with our source and to get focus is to breathe. So I'd like you to breathe deeply in And just breathe deeply out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And just relax. And know that what's going to happen here is going to touch your mind, your heart, your soul, touch every cell of your body and awaken you and have the things that you deserve come to you. I also would like you to get a pad of paper out to write on. You should have a couple of desire sheets out. If you don't, that's fine. That you can print them later. I've sent them to you earlier. But we'll have these desire sheets, and you'll identify a professional goal and then a personal goal. So this can work for anything. This process can work for, it doesn't matter what occupation you are, etc. Again, we'll primarily focus on real estate. But you can focus on whatever you want to focus on. But most of you are real estate agents. And by the way, we have people on this webinar from around the world, so we welcome all of you. And this is going to be an exciting, exciting time. If you have any questions or comments or need any help, then I'm available to you. I had someone yesterday sign up virtually, and then they decided to call. And when they called, I answered, and they go, "You're Dr. Hank answering live?" Yeah, I answer live. That I want you to email me. I want you to, call me, text me, whatever you need. And you have all my information on my emails at the bottom by my signature there to help you, because I care about you and I want you to become your greatest possibility. And you'll see that this is just going to be a fun time. So get a pad of paper with a pen or pencil that I want you to write down things as I share ideas with you. I don't want you to just say, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea," and feel good, which is all great, but I also want you to write it down, because it'll help you with your clarity, that you're going to find out that your thought controls it all. You literally are the commander of the whole universe. The universe surrounds you. You're in the middle of it, and you just call forth what you want. And this beautiful world has all the things you do want and all the things you don't want. It's called contrast, and that most of us focus on the things we don't want. And I'm going to help you to start changing the way that you think and to be thinking about what you do want. So, for example, when you got out of bed, did you say, "I'm getting out of bed on the right side of the bed, on the good side of the bed"? That when you are leaving, if you did any travels today in the car, did you say, "Oh, I hope there isn't traffic"? That is thinking about what you don't want. And so I want you to just be thinking of things that please you, that you enjoy, that you like. So as you hear things, I want you, and you'll see I'll start channeling to where I channel directly with infinite intelligence, and as I do that, write down those statements, and I'll share with you. Write this down, because it's made perfectly for you, for your thoughts, for your heart, for your understanding, in order to reach all the things that you desire. So this is Virtual Top Performers. Welcome, and we're going to be off to an abundant journey together now. And so let us begin. We'll start out by looking at with our agenda, by looking at the 4 areas that we think in. And so you're, again, going to find out that your thought is this precious thought that molds the energy that creates worlds for you. And so you want to make sure that, what are you thinking about? And that, are you wasting your time? I kid about when people say, "Oh, I have a bad hair day," that nobody knows you have a bad hair day but you. And so I want you to not stop wasting your time about honoring the God, and write this down, that honoring the God, no longer do I honor the God with a small g, no longer do I honor the God of other people's opinions. That stop caring what other people think. Because if you try to please other people, good luck. You'll never be able to do it, because they're changing just as you're changing and growing, and their preferences change, and over time that it is literally impossible to please anyone but yourself. And so no longer honor the opinion of the God of other people's opinion, and that you're going to see that you have a communication system with your source, with God, and it is your feelings. And then when you're feeling good, you're thinking like God thinks about that subject. When you're feeling bad, you're not thinking as God thinks about it. And so you have an inner guidance system. And if you want to write down one of the laws, and we'll review it later on in this in Top Performers, but if you want to write that down, that my guidance system with God is my feelings. And so I want you to really pay attention to your feelings. So you already have the supreme guidance system within you. So you don't need to honor other people's opinion anymore. You can just let go. You don't have to worry about what's happening. Like some people say, well, you never know what's happening next. Oh yeah, I know what's happening next. Great and wonderful things are happening next. And so I want you to embrace that and know that great and wonderful things from this moment on, you just start knowing and believing and allowing that better and better things are going to happen for you. Better relationships, the magical relationships that you have wanted are going to start coming into your life. The ideal clients are going to come into your life. The ideal referral partners. And again, we'll get into all these definitions. But you know that, and just accept and allow into your experience now that things are getting better and better for you. And isn't that comforting? Isn't that great to know? And because you are the controller of it, there are no circumstances out there that you don't create. You create everything in here within you. And so I want you to start thinking about, yes, I do. And so what do I want? You can't have anything unless you can match that. So if you're looking for loving people, that you need to be loving. If you're looking for abundance, you need to have an abundant mentality. And again, we'll get into all of this, but it all starts in the areas that we think in. And there's one area in which you want to think in that will lead you to all of your desires. We'll also go through your desire sheets, both professionally and personally, and review that. We'll then review the magic bullet. So if you want to know the magic bullet to real estate, you're going to find out in the next hour and a half on what is the magic bullet to real estate, or really any other business, on what is that when you're an entrepreneur in sales, on developing, outside, whether you're even in internal teams of businesses that work together, that this magic bullet is truly that it is magical, and it'll take you on to the things that you want. And then we're going to look at the mother of all creation. And so this is going to be an easy process. It's only an hour and a half per week. And then I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things, but one of the things is this mother of all creation. And so every day you'll invest 15 minutes with this, but I promise you that it's going to start turning your life around even better. So if you're really good right now in your life, you're going to even be better. If you're not good at all in your life right now and you're miserable, and some of you have written to me and shared some of your experiences on whether business is bad, or relationships are bad, or divorces, or whatever, that all of that will dissipate now, and it is gone. That you just start focusing on what you want, and if you trust that God will bring it to you, that you'll see it's going to all start coming to you. So it's exciting times. So science has proven in the past 5 years, and this is neuroscientists, quantum physicists, molecular biologists, they literally have all agreed that, according to them, there's 3 steps to creation. There's actually 5 that you'll learn about in the next couple of weeks, and which 2 of those steps out of those 5 are that you're responsible for. But they state that there's 3 steps to all of creation. So this is how things are made. And when I say creation, that means what you're going to start seeing in your experience, it's all based on these 3 steps. And the first step is your thought initiates all matter into form. So you have to realize on your precious thinking that you have just assumed like, well, I don't get what I want. And here's why this is, by the way, so let's say that you've asked for more business. Okay. And let's call that yellow. And so yellow is, I want more business. But then during the day, you think about, oh, I haven't had, much business. Where's the business? Boy, I had a bad deal go south on me. And so your prayer, if you will, isn't when you're on your hands and knees and your hands folded. Your prayer is your thought. And so that's what prayer is. So you're thinking during your awake hours, other than when you're sleeping, you're in prayer. And so treat it that preciously and be thinking on every moment on, wow, I'm in prayer. And what are these thoughts that I'm thinking right now? Because I know, and it's been proven by science, but I can share with you, I've been teaching this for the last 20 years with thousands of people, and that it works every time, that it will play out for you every time in order to get the type of results that you're looking for, the type of experiences you're looking for, the type of life that you're looking for. So be precious with your thought. And whenever you're thinking something and all of a sudden you feel not very good and you feel maybe a little empty inside, and we've all had that you state to yourself, I'm feeling this way because I'm not thinking about this subject as my source is, as my God is. And thus ask to, how do you think? How can I think about that? And if you can't think anything good about that subject, like that ex-husband or like that bad deal that just fell through, then stop thinking about the topic completely and think about something that does please you. Because if all creation and your whole experience starts with number one here, thought, that means that you need to be careful if you want to have what you want on what thoughts are aligned with what I want. And I have the guidance system, so you don't have to monitor so much your thoughts as monitor how you're feeling, whether you're feeling good or bad. So step 2 is, according to the scientists, is this: your thought then creates energy. And what we call that is our emotion. So you literally, that you don't, to call forth things in your life, you can't just think about asking to ask that and not think at least 1 minute on that subject. So, and we're going to get into that on our desire sheets on what you want and why you want it. And so you want to really get into, hey, what is it that I want, and then why? And you have to think about that for at least a minute to create enough energy in order to start creating it and having it come into your experience. So back to when I was asking for yellow, I want more business. Then I think during the day, red. And so that is, things like, gee, I don't have enough business. Where's the business? And all this doubt coming in. And so if you mix yellow with red, you get orange, and you say, I didn't ask for oranges. I asked for a thriving business. Instead, I have a wobbly business. I have sometimes good, sometimes bad. In fact, my whole life is kind of up and down like a roller coaster. And the reason why that is because you get deliberate and intentional for a moment, and you say, this is what I want. But then during the day, you talk about and think about the opposite. And when you put it into words, then your word is even more powerful, and you'll start creating more of whatever you're putting into words. So don't gossip. Don't talk bad about people. Don't talk about a bad situation that happened. It only creates more of it. So I want you to write this down. Whatever I focus my attention on, again, whatever I focus my attention on grows. It gets bigger. So by you complaining about the neighbor, or you complaining about the bad client, or the tough closing, or the bad listing presentation, or whatever you're complaining about, if you're thinking about, wow, I don't like these habits of my significant other, my husband, my wife, my significant other, whatever, that if you keep on thinking about the things you don't like about that person, they're going to grow. That person, you're going to see more and more of that in that person. And the reason why is, and write this down, that I am the creator of my experience. So again, write that down. I am the creator of my experience. And feel that and know that. And you are, because of step number 1 there. And then the cool thing is you're in step number 2 too, because that thought automatically creates emotions. And you want to start getting fired up about you, about your life, and that you're the creator of your experience, that you call forth what you want. And so Christ said, turn the other cheek. And when I was a kid, you know what I thought that meant? I thought that if you got slapped on one side of the cheek, you just turned the other one and got slapped again. Well, that's the furthest thing from what that means, that I'm actually an ordained minister as well. And but I know that what that means is, no longer am I going to focus my attention on the things that I don't want, the things that bug me, the things that I'm mad about, the things that I'm angry about, the things that aren't working, the lack of the money. That if I continue to think of those things, it is only possible for those things to get bigger, because you're the creator of your experience, and whatever you focus your attention on grows. And so think of that. Like, that is just amazing on the power of who you are, and that you're it. You are the one that can be able to put this together and create the type of life that you want by your focus. So turn the other cheek. I'm not going to look at that stuff. What I'm going to look at is I'm going to look at the things that are playing out for me, the people that I like, the thoughts that I like, the times when I did feel good. I'm going to think about what will be in my life and how I want it. So what I want you to start dreaming. Most of us our dream machines have been broken, and they've been broken. Our dream machines have been broken because we have been told, because we've been asking for yellow. We've been asking for these things, and time again, what we ask for, we don't get, and we get a bunch of oranges, and we never ask for oranges. And those days are gone now, my friends. They are gone, that you now have the power, and you're going to understand how to start managing your thoughts in order to create your experience. Number 3, energy. So this energy that is created from your thought then creates what the scientists state is matter, M-A-T-T-E-R, where thoughts become things. Your thoughts become your experience. All the things that you want to be, do, and have are not only at your fingertips, they're in your thoughts. And so thoughts become things. So these are the 3 steps. And what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be helping you to understand where your thoughts are coming from, the 4 different areas of your thoughts. And then we're going to move into, again, some amazing techniques, some hands-on techniques that are going to help you to grow your business. That in last top performers, that we had one of the graduates now is doing over $1 million a month. All of the graduates are doing that did the assignments that I asked them to, are closing 3 homes or more per month. So if that's what you want to do, you're in the right place. And that you can do this too. That if anybody else can do it, that means you can do it, because not only are they spectacular and brilliant, but you're spectacular and brilliant. So that's the 3 steps according to scientists. And so again, it starts all with your thought. And that's where I want you to really be precious with my thought on what my thought is. There's actually, you're going to find that there's a couple more steps that need to be done for us. And but you'll learn about that. And right now, we're just going to focus on our thoughts. Albert Einstein said, thoughts create matter. And this is not psychology. This is physics. And I'm a behavioral psychologist also, and that and trained with diagnostic tools. And in fact, next a week that you have assessments that you're going to have your the 6 different steps of your of the sales process and where you are in all 6 of those steps. So that's exciting things. You're going to see there's surprises that just flow through this whole process, and that's one of them. And so whatever you focus your attention on grows, and thoughts create this matter, and it's your thoughts. It's not somebody else's thoughts. It's not mass consciousness thoughts. It is your thoughts can create what you want. So we're going to now look at the 4 areas we think in. And what I'd like you to do is, again, if you could get out a piece of paper and maybe a whole sheet, and there's going to be these 4 boxes, some writing up on top of the zones here, these boxes, and writing on the left. And then you're going to need about 4 or 5 lines in each one of the boxes. So if you'll just draw out those 4 boxes, and this will help you to retain this information. You'll see that I'm going to send you a magical MP3 this week, and I'm going to ask you to listen to it at least 6 times. Why? Because most of us don't accept and embrace and start using new ideas until at least the 6th time. Proof in the pudding of that is commercials. Why do they keep on playing the same commercials over and over? It's because we have a tendency to be resistant to new thoughts. And so, in fact, I would suggest that you listen to this webinar several times, that it is the best way for you to invest. I know nothing better than for you to invest an hour and a half every week in this webinar, and then to do it several other times, because again, there are ideas here that are going to start loosening you up, and you're going to start to feel a little bit looser and freer, and recognize on just what a brilliant, powerful creator you are. So on these 4 zones, that the first zone we're going to look at is in the top left, and it's what I do not want. And this is when I'm non-deliberate, so I'm not deliberately thinking about what I want. I just kind of walk into the sales presentation, and in the middle of it, it's not very good. And so let's say a listing presentation, it's not going very well. And then I start asking, gee, I want this to go better. Instead of pre-paving, which we're going to talk about a little bit later, instead of pre-paving the way that you want your day to be, the way you want your life to be, the way you want the meeting to be, the way you want your driving to be, that every experience in your future, when you pre-pave it and call forth what you want, you're the inviter. And so you invite into your experience what you want. And again, I'm going to give you literally the ideas, the thoughts in order to help you to get you on your lighted path, on your path where you're skipping along, and just grab the low-hanging fruit, because now because you're on your path now, it's all low-hanging fruit, and you're going to be able to have the money, the relationships, the health, and all the things that you desire. Now, in this top left-hand zone, so we call this the red zone. So some of you are teams that are meeting, and so I want you to start kind of kidding, having fun with each other. It kind of sounds like you're in the red zone, which isn't a very good zone. And so there's the red zone and the green zone. And again, right now we're talking about the red zone. And so in this zone, this is where I am reactive. It is like I'm thinking about what is. And so the more you think about what's going on in your life, the more you're going to get it. So as long as it's good stuff going on in your life, keep on thinking it. But if it's not good, you can't think about it if you don't want to have it anymore, that as whatever you focus your attention on grows. So to think about what is just really the accumulation of your thought previously. And because if your thought hasn't been very deliberate, it's the accumulation of other people's thought because they're clear on what they want out of a situation. And so basically, you're stuck in what is. And the more that you think about what is, that tomorrow will be the same repeat of what is. I can't tell you how many people that I've coached one-on-one with where in my platinum coaching program, where they say, some that have been really desperate, they say, you know what, I think I'm going to move. And I said, well, the problem with you moving to a different town or a different country or whatever is you're dragging yourself with you. And so you will create the same type of relationships, the same type of business, the same type of anything, no matter where you move. And so thus you want to focus in and say, you know what, I'm not going to be focusing anymore on what is. It's a red zone. We get life by default. It's kind of like you are a parachutist. You're in a plane, and you jump out of the plane, and you're flying in the air, and you want to pull your cord, and all of a sudden you remember, I forgot my parachute. And so just hang on, it'll be over soon. And so that's how most people live, with getting life by default. We think that life happens to us. And what I want you to write down right now is life happens from me. It doesn't happen to me at all. It happens from me. Whatever I'm thinking about. That my wife Sharon, I use her. She's great material because she talks way too often on the things she doesn't want. So one of the things she complains about is traffic. And so we live in the same beautiful condo complex, same place. We leave at the same time, and that she has bad traffic and I don't. Well, how can that be? And again, that I don't talk about traffic other than I talk about my travels. And so I write this down, that I want my travels to flow smoothly, to be easy, to be fun and exciting even. Okay. But if you don't call forth the way you want it, you will get life by default. And again, that's why most of us believe that we don't create our own experience, because we're not deliberate in calling forth what we want, and then we get life by default. And so I'm sure all of us have been in that situation, in this red zone, and the net result is it decreases our success and it increases our stress. So it's not very good stuff. And it's something you want to stay out of. And I'm going to help you to stay out of that. However, we have another red zone. And again, red zone is not good for us, and it doesn't get us what I want and what we want. And so this one is where I am being non-deliberate again, and I'm thinking about what I don't want. And so in this non-deliberate way, it's a red zone, and it's basically doing busy work. You could call, for example, a really hot prospect that you're a little tentative with. You don't know them very well, but they want to buy a luxury home from you. Or you could call a client that you just signed the contract with and everything is fine, but just to build that relationship a little bit more. Well, the busy work would be to call that client that you have already, versus the way to get to what you want is to call that prospect. And so we find ourselves in busy work a lot, or some do, most do. That an example of that is maybe you decided, Saturday morning I'm going to clean out the closet or clean out the garage. And you wake up Saturday morning and you have a little coffee and you read the paper and then you turn on the TV. Pretty soon it's 2:00 in the afternoon and you haven't touched that closet or ran that errand or whatever it might be. And what that does is that starts increasing increasing your stress, and you don't feel very good, because the fact is that you really would feel better if you would do that. And I want you to always go to wherever it feels best. So this is busy work. This is almost a so what type of attitude, and that the fact is, you do care about your life. You do want it to be more successful. You do want it to be happier. You do want more joy. You do want more money. And again, money is not the root of all evil. That's just another belief that most of us were brought up with. That money equals freedom. That's it. We have more choices, more variety. And maybe you want to write that down. Money equals freedom. And what kind of freedom? More choices, more variety. You don't have to have money to be happy, but normally it gives you more freedom, and so more variety, more choices. So you can be happy without money, but you can also be happy with money. And I bet you would be happier with more money. And so some people say, well, that's really materialistic. And I say, well, if you look down, you have this body here, and it needs to clothe it, feed it, do all kinds of stuff. And you like that body to be comfortable, which is just awesome. And I want you to put yourself number one first. I want you to think of yourself first. You've been taught the opposite, to think of others first. Well, you can't think for other people. You can't feel for other people. But when you think for yourself, and when you feel for yourself, that you then thrive, and then you will uplift all the people. And so how grand that is, okay? It's like, well, gee, I'd rather be poor because that way I can help the poor. You're not helping the poor by being poor. So again, we have a lot of beliefs that are not the truth about what money is. And again, money is as simple and easy as money is more freedom. And we all want more freedom. So back to our red zone, that this is so what? It decreases our success and it increases our stress. Now we're going to get to a red zone that many of you will relate to. And that is where I'm thinking about what I don't want, and I'm thinking about it deliberately. It's like when you're mad and angry with a person, that you just keep on thinking about it, and it keeps on getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's because it's another law of the universe that we'll discuss in another week, but in another couple of weeks. But there's cooperative components that surround your thought. And so whatever you think about will start to expand, and that's because these cooperative components, which is sometimes called the law of attraction, happens. And if you don't believe in that or whatever, well, I'm telling you, it's working whether you believe in it or not. And so an example of that is, have you ever had a day where you say, it just can't get any worse than this? And then it does? Yeah. Well, the reason why that is because you've been in that pity party, or you've been thinking about the things you're mad at or that haven't worked out for you or whatever. And because of that, cooperative components of thoughts, people, circumstances, events will come and rally around your thoughts. And so you want to get out of that momentum, that negative momentum, and start thinking about the things that you want. But in this red zone, when I'm deliberately thinking about the things that I don't want, this is a red zone, and it's where your committee members reside. So imagine within your mind that there's this beautiful mahogany table and these beautiful executive leather chairs around this mahogany table. And as I describe that to you, it will help you to start expanding your imagination. And so one of the things I want you to do is I want you, and you'll see we're going to be doing a joy shop. You're going to be doing it every morning. And one of the things that I would suggest that you add in there in the joy shop is, I want to expand my imagination. Okay? There are more $1 million homes. Just in my neighborhood, there were over $400 million homes sold within the last quarter. 400. Okay, that there are plenty of everything that you want. This world has it all. It has the poor, it has the rich. Then which do you want to be? Your choice. It has the hungry or the not. It has the successful or the not. It has the people that are working hard and the people that are hardly working. I hardly work. In fact, I don't work. I just play. And so, in fact, I would take that word work and take it out of your vocabulary. It's a bad, low vibration. It's what you don't want. You want to play. You want to enjoy yourself. You want to be able to serve other people. You want to be able to help people in higher and higher. One of your goals you may want to have is to increase the average sale of the homes that you have. And all you have to do is ask and you shall receive. And just know and trust that it's all coming to you on the things. But if you say to yourself, oh, I want to sell higher end homes, or I want to sell luxury homes, or I want to increase my sales, average sale from 150 to 250,000. If you say that, but then start thinking about where is it and where are those big deals, that is doubt, and that then you're back to getting oranges. And so you won't get what you want. Well, committee members are the ones that typically are going to prevent you from having what you want. However, you have created the committee members. So imagine this mahogany table as you expand your imagination, and these leather, beautiful executive chairs, and around this table sit characters. And so it is thinking about what was. And so there's a character in there on the past, and typically the bad past. And to be guarded, you're being told by what was, oh yeah, I got to be guarded. I got to watch out. In fact, you know what the number one fear in America is? It's not death, which death is just a misunderstanding, but it's not death. That the number one fear is talking in public and public speaking. The number one fear, people would rather die than do public speaking. Well, why is that? Well, I'll tell you why. Because we have been brought up, for example, most of you have been brought up, don't talk to strangers. Well, if you didn't talk to strangers, you wouldn't have that significant other. You wouldn't know these people. You wouldn't have the job. You and I wouldn't be together right now. But we were taught that don't talk to strangers. And why? Is they're going to give you candy. Well, hell, I want candy. Give me lots of it. But, then they were going to do all kinds of bad things or whatever to us. That the fact is, strangers are our next best friend. Strangers are our next best opportunity. Strangers are our next best prospect. Strangers are our next best client. Strangers are our next best referral partner. And you'll see with referral partners that you just need a handful of them, and it's going to take your business to a whole new level, which we'll talk about in a few minutes here. And so these are committee members that are sitting there, and it's about what I don't want. And they're all gathered together at this table, and you're sitting there with them, listening to them and what they have to say. And the fact is, they're saying all the things about what you don't want. And so there is fear, worry, and doubt. And fear, so write down fear, but write it as an acronym. And then after that is fear is false evidence appearing real. And I'll just share with you briefly on the insurance industry wanted to have people live longer because they wanted them to continue to pay their monthly life insurance premiums. And so they went to look at why people were dying. Again, death is a misunderstanding. It's just a transition into a different form. But they had this misunderstanding, and so they wanted to understand on why people were dying, if you will. And so they found out that the number one reason was heart disease. And so then they researched, they spent millions of dollars on this. Then they looked at this and they said, well, why are people having heart attacks? And why is it heart disease that is killing people? And they found out that it is stress. That stress causes heart failure, which causes people to die, the number one killer in America. So then they said, well, what causes this stress? And they spent, again, millions of dollars on this research, and they found out that it's their fears, people's own fears. It's what was in their mind, the things they were thinking. They weren't real at all. In fact, they found that 93% of all the things that we fear never even happened to us. And the other 7%, though we feared it and it happened to us, that actually if you played out those scenarios, it ended up being for the good. So, for example, if you ever have been through a divorce, during the divorce, you just feel awful. Well, I can tell you in 3 years from now, you're going to be sitting there saying, man, I'm so happy I got divorced because of whatever. I have more freedom. I have a new significant other that, is Prince Charming or whatever the scenario may be. And so the fact is that our fear kills us. And notice that all of these red zones increase our stress. Your thoughts are literally causing dis-ease, disease. That's what's killing. That's where cancer comes from. You'll never get, like they keep on talking about breast cancer. They keep on making it bigger and bigger and bigger. Breast cancer isn't something that, it's like something that is transmuted through something, whatever. It's in our thoughts. And if you start thinking you're going to have cancer, that you are such a powerful, brilliant creator that you'll create cancer. So what I want you to do is start recognizing you have nothing to fear. What is the saying? That the only thing to fear is fear itself, for you to create it. And so this is the day right now is an enlightened moment for you to recognize that all these thoughts that I have in my head, and so here they are, these committee members, there's fear, there's worry, there's doubt, and then you'll want to write down, there's complaining. Anytime you're complaining about something, you're attracting more of it into you. Complaining. There is blaming. I point a finger at you, I got 3 fingers pointing back at me. And then there is shame and guilt. And oh boy, that has that taken a toll on many of a being that has walked before us. You have the power to let this committee go. This committee no longer needs to run your life. You're going to start seeing, like I say, just do it for 5 weeks and you're going to start seeing when you don't put your attention on the things you don't want, it automatically starts going away. So it will dissipate to where in 5 weeks from now, you're not even going to be thinking about these things because you're going to be on such a cloud thinking about all the things you've manifested, all the money has come in, will come in, all the business, all the relationships, all the good health, all those things. You'll be so consumed with all the things that you want living in the green zone that none of those things will be real anymore. You make everything real with your thoughts. And today is the day that you let go of the committee. Don't be mad at it. I had someone yesterday become enlightened like we are right now and say to me, oh, I'm so pissed off that I wish I would have known this like 20 years ago. And I say, you can't have that attitude about being pissed off, that you should be happy and elated that you know now and you didn't do another 20 years of it. And all of you right now should be happy for everything that happened in your past. Why? Because it got you right here, right into this webinar in order for you to recognize and into this thought and this understanding and this enlightenment that helps you wake up. And to wake up to your brilliance and realize, I'm not having that committee. So you're going to, in my head anymore, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to love them, and they're going to disappear. And when I say love them is, you're just not going to pay any attention to them. Hey, thanks a lot. I appreciate you. All of you guys, that you're what I don't want. So please stand up, walk out the door to your left, and we'll see you later. Adios. And so just be real easy with this. Just let them go, release them, and know that those committees of fear, worry, doubt, shame, blame, guilt, and shame, and worry, that all of those things you don't need to have in your life anymore, and they can go away now. And so say bye-bye, and real friendly, real nice, just put love into it, and they'll dissipate because they are the opposite of love. You are now going to start shining your light on the things that you want, and all of those other things, those committee members, that they will be a shadow that goes away with your light. So you start shining your life. And so the bottom line of this committee members in this red zone is it decreases your success and increases your stress. So far, this has been pretty darn depressing. Here's these three areas that we live and think in, these three zones, and it's created havoc in our life. And you bet. And so the good news is you don't have to be in those, and I'm going to give you specific techniques and ways for you in order to live in the green zone. And this is where you're doing deliberate things about what you want. You're thinking and you're speaking about and you're doing the things that you want, that please you, that you like, what will be in your life, the abundant future that you have in your life. You can have anything you want. And for those of us in the United States on this webinar that we have an environment that really is conducive to doing this. Okay, and we've had some people like in Russia, and that they don't quite have those opportunities as easily. They can still be happy though. They can still create happiness because all of us have the power in this moment to create happiness. But you're living in the wealthiest and most opportunity country in the world. You have birthed yourself and got yourself into this amazing world, this amazing country where you can do it all. And so this is the green zone, though, that no matter where you are, that you have the ability to live in the green zone. And this is where you are more deliberate than you ever have been, where you are a deliberate creator, where you have good feeling thoughts. And I have a book that I have recently published called Good Feeling Thoughts. And every day it's about 7 thoughts on just good feeling thoughts. And what are those good feeling thoughts that make my heart sing? Okay. And so what are those? That, wow, I want a successful business. I want to be happy. I want to feel good. That your number one thing that you want, that if I ask you what you want, you would not say the number one thing you want is you want to feel good. And when you feel good, that raises your point of attraction to all the things that you desire. Literally, the heavens will start parting for you now as you start living in the green zone and thinking good feeling thoughts. You are the inviter of what you want. You're the inviter. And so you recognize that I'm going to only invite things, my thoughts, okay, my words. I'm going to only invite those things. I'm going to only think about. I'm only going to speak about the things that I don't like, that I do want. That I do want. And then this is thinking also about what will be. I want you to start dreaming again. I want you to start dreaming about, do you want to take trips that, I take trips all around the world regularly, that I just love that I enjoy that. It's such a beautiful, good world because that's what I want to see. I want to see a good world. In fact, write this down. I want to see what I want. And so what do you want in this world? You want harmonious people. You want to attract harmonious and uplifting and fun people. You want to laugh more. You want to smile more. I'm sharing with you that these good feeling thoughts now, that as they start penetrating into you, that you're going to start realizing that is what I want. That I want a thriving business. I want business to be easy. I want passive income. I want money to flow easily and consistently. In fact, here's a good one. I want large sums of money to flow easily and consistently into my experience. If you ask that, it will happen. I love just saying, I want more money. I just say I want more money with no resistance, with every bit of I want more money, and more money comes to me in amazing ways. There's an infinite number of ways for money to come to you that God wants to give you that you don't allow, because most fight for our lack and limitation. We say, but oh no, you don't understand. I was born in this family, or I have this, or I don't have this education, or whatever. You don't need any of that. You just need what I'm going to be teaching you here, and that's all you need, and you can have it all. Literally, you can have it all. By the time you're done with week 5, you're going to be able to recognize that you can have it all. And doesn't that sound fantastic? And it is fantastic, and you are fantastic. And so living in the green zone, it increases your success and it decreases your stress. And that now is an overview on living in the different areas that we live in and on how you can now choose to live in the green zone. So I'm going to share with you also that if you don't resonate with this, if you don't want to live in the green zone, then this is not for you. But my hunch is that all of you and all of us want to live in the green zone. So from here on out, hang on to your seats because we're going to the green zone and you're going to start having the life of your dreams. Ready, set, go. So here we go. The first thing I'd like you to do to live in the green zone and be a deliberate creator is I'd like you to get your desire sheet out. You should have 2 desire sheets. Again, if you don't have them, just write them on a piece of paper and then put it on what I have sent you to print out. And you'll see my desire, what I want. On the first desire sheet, I want you to list down what your professional goal is. What do you want to be, do, and have here professionally? So let me give you some ideas on what it might be. You might say, I want to close 3 homes or more per month. You might want to say, I want to allow. Maybe it's over $10,000 a month. I have agents that I coach with that started they were hoping for $2,000 a month, and right now they're over $30,000 a month. And so it can happen to you too. The world has everything you want. You just have to ask for it and not be thinking about the things that you don't want. It might be a little bit softer, stating on maybe you want to serve 3 families per month. Or for some of you that aren't in real estate, whatever that is that feels good to you, what do you want to do? And maybe you just start out with a general statement on, I want a thriving business. See, because if you say, like, if you go allow $10,000 or more a month into my experience, and you go, oh, hell, there's no way that's going to happen. Well, guess what? It's not going to happen, so don't do it. So maybe you want to start general. And in fact, for most of you, you might think about going general and putting down a general statement such as, I want a thriving business. Now, to get that energy going, and here's, again, a secret of the universe that by knowing this is going to take you to the next level, is that your thought, your analytical mind, is not used for the how. It's not used for how. How to get something, that's God's work, if you will. Yours is identifying what you want with your analytical mind, identifying what you want, which we just did. I want a thriving business. And then to think about that subject, a thriving business, and to start thinking with at least 4 thoughts and at least a minute of thinking about that subject, good things about that subject, and you'll start creating the energy to start flowing to you so that you have the energy that flows out to source, and basically it's your signal out to source, and source will then answer you, but you need to build that energy. So I'm going to give you an example with me doing it. So what I want to have a thriving business. Why do I want it? I love to serve other people. I love to help other people. I love to awaken under what I do, that I love to awaken other people. But you might say, I love to help people get the American dream. I love to help people. I love to serve people. I love the money that by having a thriving business gives me. I love lots of money. Money is freedom to me, that I love to have lots of money flow into my experience and into my checking account consistently, regularly, and lots of it. It's fun to have money. Then why else do I want to have a thriving business? Because I'll feel good. It'll increase my self-esteem. It'll help me realize what a deliberate creator that I am. And why else do you want to have a thriving business? Because that will then lead to even a better life for me, for my family, for the people that I serve, for I'll be able to even hire, maybe I develop a team then, and I can help those people, a team of agents. I have one a team member that went through, one team leader actually that went through this process, and during the process, he was able to close on month 2, so which for you, would be next month, that he was able to close 21 deals. 21 deals. He said, oh my God, it's just out of the blue that it came to 21 deals. And then he had his largest listing ever, and it was a plot of land for development, and it was valued at millions of dollars. If you expand your imagination, you can do that too. So anyways, why do I want a thriving business? And so, yeah, it makes me feel good that I'll be able to give my children all the things they want, or I'll be able to go do and be and have even more. I'll be able to have more choices, more variety, more opportunities. I just love that. And so as you build that energy, that it will start coming to you. Okay, so that's the professional goal. So write down a professional goal, write 4 things on what you want. And again, you don't necessarily have to do it right now, but definitely do it today, that I want you to get into this and just sit down, be quiet, breathe deeply, and start writing down on what you want professionally, what you want in your life, and why you want it. Then I'd like you to take the second desire sheet, and that's your personal desire sheet, and I'd like you to develop a personal goal that you wish to have in this process. I'm telling you, you are going to start seeing things come out of the blue to you as you begin this process. It could be right now you're birthing new ideas that make you feel good and are empowering you and helping you realize what a magnificent, deliberate creator you are. But not only now, but you're going to start seeing people amazing out of the blue. Clients come to you because if you ask for that they're going to start coming to you. And again, in the joy shot that you're going to hear about in a minute, that you're going to start asking, and that asking is going to help you. So identify a personal goal you wish to have in areas of your family, home, health, social, mental, or spiritual. So maybe you want to increase your health. What I don't want you to do is say, I want to lose 10 pounds. That then you focus on the pounds and you'll end up getting more. That what I want you to do, I'd rather have you start out more general in a less resistant, more allowing statement, such as, I want to be healthier. Why do I want to be healthier? I want to live longer. I want to see my grandchildren be born and then grow up, or whatever your situation, may be. That I want to feel good, and that one of the things that can deter you and take you away from your good feeling thoughts is physically. And so I want to make sure that I have a clear mind, and I can do that by even a clearer mind and better feeling thoughts by me feeling good. It might be that you're looking for Prince Charming, and so I'm looking for, or Princess, whatever, that you start declaring it, that I want to have my soulmate, my best friend, my lover, that's who I want, that I want to attract that into my life. That so whatever it is that I, again, would like you to write that down and then identify some reasons of why do I want that. And on every reason, it's because I'm going to feel good. In fact, that's the only reason why you have any desires, is because you believe by having it, it will make you feel good. But catch this. This is just critical, and literally a secret of the universe, that if you get this, you're home free. That if you can just embrace the feeling, the good feeling of having the desire of a thriving business or better health or whatever, if you can just enjoy that feeling, that's all you need, because Source will bring it all to you then. And so to just enjoy the feeling versus thinking you have to have it before you can enjoy it. Enjoy the thought of having it. Enjoy the fact that you were able to birth desires, and then it will come to you. So be healthier, better relationships. Maybe you just want to think positive thoughts, and like that would be an awesome personal goal. I want to just from now on think positive thoughts. I want to think good feeling thoughts. So with that, that's your personal on your desire sheet, your personal goal and your personal desire that you want to achieve, and you're going to be either achieve it or be well on your way of achieving it, and way more things as we go through this process. And just expect that now. Expect out of the blue miracles to happen today. And the first miracle that's going to be out of the blue for you is going to be the magic bullet, and it's referral partners. And you're going to call forth an ideal referral partner. And this week, one of your success assignments, and again, this is getting real hands-on now, that one of your success assignments is that you want to identify a referral partner. So referrals are the easiest, no cost, and best way to build your business. As easy as that. And you have these referral partners, but most of us don't receive referrals because we don't ask for them. And we don't receive referrals because we think we are the only ones benefiting. So I want you to be very clear that so let's say that I ask you, do you know anybody that would like to increase their business through my coaching? And you say, yes, I know my friend, I know my relative, I know a family member, I know a client, I know someone. Well, when you refer them to me, that you then build that relationship with whoever you referred to me, because you're giving them excellence, which is me. Okay. Or if we switch it around, you ask me for a referral for a home, I give you a referral, which, by the way, I do have some referrals, but it depends. You got to have certain qualifications and everything. But you can ask me about that if you are interested. One of them, you have to be in the business for 3 years. So I know for some of you that won't work. But so what happens there is, when I give you the people that I know, I build a better relationship with those people. And so the fact is that everybody benefits by you asking for a referral. First of all, you come with your presence and recognition that I am steadfast, I am good, I am the best real estate agent in this area for these people, etc. I am here to serve. And so when you go and you ask, you already are helping somebody, and you're helping the person, that referral partner, because you're allowing them to help somebody, and that somebody is you. They're allowing to help first you, then you're allowing them to help other people that they know. So everybody wins. The referral partner wins, and everybody. So I want you to start asking for referrals, but specifically, I want you to start asking for an ideal referral partner. Your ideal referral partner is well connected in the community and could include previous clients, family, loan officer, hairdresser, insurance agent. I am sharing with you, you know people. I don't care if you're brand new to a city, if you don't have any family, none of that matters. I'm telling you, there are people that you know that are right under your nose. I literally have coached people for years, like that one person that I shared with you that, only was doing a couple thousand a month and now over 30,000. Well, now they're going international, this agent that I've coached with for years. And when I first asked him, hey, do you know what referral partners do you know? He said, well, I maybe know this guy. Well, he keeps on, after 5 years, he keeps on still remember, oh my gosh, I forgot I know this guy. So the fact is that they're there. And what I want you to do is open up yourself and say, hey, right now, I want you to write down who is a referral partner that I can go to. Okay, and I'm going to give you right now the script that you'll do with them, but you want to get them and you want to invite them into your experience. So that means I ask now for who is this ideal referral partner that's well connected, that can get me more business easily in a fun way to where we can all help each other, we can all build our relationships, and ask for it out of the blue. That I'm going to now get a referral partner. All of a sudden, I'm going to get a thought. I'm going to have a person. I had my wife Sharon say yesterday, you know what? I'm going to be happy and I'm going to get a big pop, what she calls a big pop, which is a big client. She's a financial advisor. And so she's standing in a hall with another client, and out of the blue, this lady, an old client from years ago, comes up to her and goes, oh my God, Sharon, I can't believe it. Oh, I can't wait to give you all my money. And Sharon's just great and has low fees and everything. And like, it's just a win-win. She's this lady. And how does that happen? How do those things happen? Well, I'll tell you how they happen. You didn't do the how, like Sharon didn't do the how. What she did is she did what I want. I want an ideal client to come. And why do I want it? Because it'll build my business, because I'll be able to help them better than they're being helped anywhere else, because they'll have low fees, because, it'll make all of us good. I'll be able to serve people. And guess what? Out of the blue, there they are. You're going to ask for now, out of the blue, an ideal referral partner. So I'd like you to meet with that referral partner. Now, so think of somebody and write down their name on who could start providing you that's well connected, that that likes you. A previous client is helpful. Some of you are brand new agents, then it's not a previous client. That there are people, I'm telling you, this world has everything you want to include ideal referral partner. So you start calling forth, I love the idea. And so that's another easy way of writing down, and I'd write this down. I love the idea of, and that way there's little resistance, because you do love the idea of being able to have an ideal referral partner that gives you all this new business, and that it's easy and it's fun and it helps everybody, and that's what you want to do. So you call up that ideal referral partner, and the first thing you say to them, hi, I was wondering if you could help me. And they go, sure. And you go, you know what? I'd like to meet with you to discuss that. And they go, sure, and off you go. Now, if they say, well, what is it to discuss? And you can say, well, I would like you to help me to build my business. And I think you can do it because you're so well connected, and make them feel good, and just prepave that conversation as being good. So you meet with your ideal referral partner. Number one, when you meet with them now, you say, I'd like your help. So remind them again why they're there. That I'd like your help. They say, sure. All people love to help other people. So you're, again, putting them in this good place. And then you want to share your goal. I'd like to serve 3 families. I'd like to help 3 families. That I'd like to sell it. I'd like to help the people that are buying and selling homes in this community or in your community. So whatever that is, that, whatever your goal is that you wrote down previously, or you might want to tweak it for this person. Maybe this person is, I'd like to be introduced. I'd like you to help me because I'd like to help at least 3 of your clients. Maybe they have a large client base. So whatever that is, but share your goal, and then ask them, why would you benefit by helping me and providing me referrals of people that I'm looking for that want to buy or sell a home in this community? And so if they don't know, say, well, here's why you would benefit, is you'd benefit because you'd be able to help the people that because you're giving them me. And I'm the best, and tell them that and kind of laugh with it, But the fact is, you are the best as long as you think you are the best, and you will then serve them in the best way. And then number 4, share your ideal client. And so what I would recommend is you write down a definition of what your ideal referral partner is. They're well connected. They like me. They believe in me. They are very helpful. They want to help me. That, whatever that the case may be. And then I would write down your ideal client. What is the definition of your ideal client? Well, they're qualified, they have money to put down, that they have good credit, that they like me, they do as I suggest, they're motivated. I mean, those are, that right there is your ideal client. Start calling it forth. If you keep on thinking about the bad client that wasn't very good and lazy and took forever and had to show 30 houses and everything, you keep on thinking about that, cooperative components will come around and give you more of that. So you're not going to think about that. What you're going to do is you're going to go into what I call Dr. Hank's la-la land. You're just going to think about what you want. You're going to go into your la-la land, and you're going to start thinking, yeah, I just love having these ideal referral partners. And who are these ideal referral partners? Man, they're so connected. They like me. They're so helpful, and they regularly give me referrals into my ideal client. And then write down, and then start thinking about your ideal client, and then write down, yeah, I love these ideal clients that, they're so happy with me. We get along so well and you just start creating all that energy of what you want. And you can feel it right now. You can start feeling that, hey, I'm really liking this, and I can start calling forth what I want. And these are the things that I want. And then finally, ask for a personal introduction. And this is critical now. And you want to ask for a personal introduction. So when you're with them, they say, oh, yeah, I know, Mary Jo over here. And you say, I thank you, and they give them their name and telephone number and email or whatever and say, but you know what, I really would you be kind enough to give me a personal introduction? Could we call them right now and introduce you to that, and the call will go kind of like something like, hey, Mary Jo, I understand that, or it might be an email that they could email, but hey, Mary Jo, that I was wondering on if you're still interested in selling your home, because if you are, I know this amazing agent that would really be helpful. Are you still interested in selling your home? They say yes, and then they say, well, listen, I know this agent and you, okay, and they state your name, and they'll be contacting you. And so that's the type of personal introduction you want, because when you then contact that prospect, they already trust you. You're no longer in the sales mode. You're in the mode of serving. And so you serve people because they're not trying, hey, how good are you or whatever, because they trust. Why? Because they trust that person. If I just tell you guys I'm really good, that holds a little weight with you, maybe. But if other people tell you, and like with my testimonials, tell you about all the great things that I do and help people, that then you're way more willing. You already trust me, and then we can get really into the core of, hey, how can I help you and how can I serve you? So that is the magic bullet and your ideal referral partner. And this week, I want you to go out, think of a referral partner, call them, meet with them, have this discussion with them. And then again, if you need any help, just, call on me, send me an email, call me, whatever, in order to let me know how I can help you. Okay. Now we're going to finish up here with the mother of all creation. And this is a hands-on technique that is going to take you to everything that you have wanted. The first thing, each morning, I want you to enter the doorway where you create your life with what I call the Joy Shop. And the Joy Shop is an amazing process that I'm going to send you the Joy Shop. And what that is that it just takes 15 minutes every day. But you're going to read in that Joy Shop. You're going to start out every morning. So I'd get up 15 minutes early in the morning or whatever, but make sure you invest at least 15 minutes, because in 1 minute you start sending trains from heaven of what you want, okay, with all loaded with all the cargo and all the stuff you want to be doing have. When you do 15 minutes, it's like bullet trains coming from heaven, and that they're going to start coming into you and into your experience like you want it to. And so you'll start out you'll read the Joy Shop that I send you, and then I want you to write down 3 things in this Joy Shop. I want you to first write down what you desire. And so you should have a pad of paper, you can have a journal, a notebook, whatever it be. But I'm sharing with you that when you first read the Joy Shop, these are good feeling thoughts that will raise your point of attraction, will raise your emotions, will raise your good feelings to where you'll start attracting even better feelings and then better thoughts that of the things that you, first of all, what you want, what you desire. And I want you to write these down. So every morning you do this, weekends too, or whatever, that again, you're going to start seeing this is how I start making my day the way that I want it, making my life the way that I want it. So you'll start writing down your desires. I want to feel good is the first desire that I would suggest you write down. I want to feel good today. That I want my meetings to go well, that I want to have better health. I want to be more youthful, feeling and looking. That if you continue to look at your wrinkles, you're going to get more wrinkles. And so what you want to do is focus on, wow, I love the fact that I have the power to look younger, feel younger, be healthier. And so just start writing down your desires and what you want. I want deep and meaningful relationships. I want to attract harmonious and fun and brilliant and creative people. That I want to attract ideal referral partners. I just love the idea of having ideal referral partners. And again, you're just writing this and creating the energy in order to call it forth. So number one, you start writing down these desires. And number two, you then write down what you appreciate. Now, the first thing for you to appreciate is you. I want you to start falling in love with you. Do you know who speaks badly upon you more than anybody else, more than all of the billions of people on this earth? It's you. You can combine all of those thoughts from billions of people about the negative thoughts they have from you, and it doesn't even compare to the negative thoughts that you talk to yourself about, or most of you do. And so the fact is, we're going to change that. And I want you to start appreciating you. Appreciate the abundance of you. Appreciate the abundance of thoughts that come to you. Appreciate the abundance of feelings that come to you. Appreciate the way that your body works. Appreciate your respiratory system. Appreciate your circulation system, your digestive system. Appreciate on your senses, on how well you can see, how you can smell, how you can taste, how you can hear, how you can touch. It's just amazing who you are. Oprah said that, as long as you are born into this world, you're born worthy. You are just so worthy. But we have gotten into judgment. Do not judge. Well, we've been getting into judgment and judging ourselves and hearing the God of other people's opinion on what they think about us, and then picking up things like, oh, we shouldn't have done that. So we hang with our guilt for years to come. That you can wash away all of that right now, my friend. Wash all that away, and now just think about what will be and how magnificent you are. And so appreciation, by you writing down what you appreciate, that it automatically tells the universe, I want more of it. So what is appreciation? It tells the universe, I want more of it. So appreciate the electricity that you have in your home. Appreciate this world. Appreciate how you can look out the window. I'm looking out the window right now and seeing clouds and blue sky, and I overlook a forest and the green forest. And it's the most beautiful, miraculous world. And why? Because that's what I've asked for. I want to see this world the way that I want it. And so I see this beautiful world. Now, I can see a different world. In fact, I can go turn on the TV and watch news right now, and I can see a different world. So one of the things I want you to do is stop watching TV, especially the news. They hunt and search the world trying to find something that happened wrong. And all that does is create more wrong. that what you're going to do is start living your life, only be concerned about your thoughts and your feelings and feeling good. And then you will uplift, you'll become the light of the world. You will uplift the world. And so in the state of appreciation is the way for you in order to start creating the things that you want and creating more of it. Number 3, to pre-pave, the third thing to write down is to what I call pre-pave your day. I want to make my day the way I want it. So start out on, hey, I'm going to clean up, freshen up just great this morning. I'm going to have delicious and healthy meals. All 3 meals are going to be delicious and healthy. That I'm going to feel great all day long. My travels are going to be smooth and easy. My meetings, I'm going to just love this listing presentation. That I expect miracles to happen to me today. I expect out of the blue things to happen to me today. As you start calling forth the things that you desire and you prepave it, that you're going to see that it's just amazing. At night, that you're prepaving your day and you say, and tonight when my bed hits the pillow, that I'm going to sleep like a baby. I'm going to sleep soundly and happily. And I'm going to awake fresh and alive and filled with all the things, all the good feelings that I call forth now. And as you do that I'm sharing with you in your first joy shop, you walk out of that joy shop and you're going to be feeling great. And your day is going to start. You're going to trump everything on all the bad stuff that has happened in the past or the things that are troubling you or not going so well. You're going to trump them all, my friend. You're going to trump them all, and you're going to realize that you are the creator of your experience. And by merely doing this joy shop for 15 minutes every day, writing down what you did, reading first my joy shop that I send you, and then writing down what you desire overall, and then writing down all the things that you appreciate. A great way of doing that is in the last 24 hours, what do I appreciate? What happened good? We have been trained to focus on what has not happened, and then we get more of that. Now you're going to train your thinking to the things the way that you want it. And then finally, you're going to prepave your day. So, and I will send this all to you and a recap of this to you, but that is the mother of all creation, and that will start you off onto a whole new journey and being on your lighted path. So our success steps that I'd like you to listen to Success Unit 1 at least 6 times. It's called Being Intentional. You'll be sent the MP3 on that. I'd like you to identify your high payoff activities. You will see that there is in Success Unit 1 when you hear, what are your high payoff activities? Your number 1 high payoff activity is the joy shop, is to prepave the way that you want it. And then you can go from there, and it would be meeting with referral partners, for example, then meeting with prospects, then following up with clients, that just going and then closing. That basically are your high payoff activities. But again, I want you to think about what are those high payoff activities, and we'll review them next week. And then I'd like you to meet with at least 1 referral partner this week. So it could be a friend, somebody that does your hair. They are there. And right now, if you can't think of someone, then you just ask for it. And you say, I know, I expect it to come. I've asked for it, and I'm going to leave it alone now. I'm not going to put any resistant negative thoughts behind it. I'm going to just ask for it and expect to get it. Amen. And then complete your sales assessment. So if you haven't completed your sales assessment, next week we go through your sales assessment, which you're going to just love. And I'll be sending that to you. And then create your life each day in your joy shop. And there's nothing more important than you can do than to start forming this habit of 15 minutes each morning, identifying on what do you want? What are your desires? What do you appreciate? And you can start, initially, you can start in your whole life. What are the good things? I had a lady that had she said, a horrific upbringing in childhood and couldn't think of one good thing. And I said, well, just think age 1 through 5 or 7, what one good thing happened. It doesn't have to be with anybody where you felt good. Well, before we knew it, she had created a whole new story about her life. She even was in love with her ex-husband on that. Oh, she's so happy that that happened because now she's able to enjoy today and have someone better and all of that. So so it's all up to you now. You literally have the solutions that this is going to be easy for you. It's going to be fun for you. I want you to expect wonderful things to happen. Expect out of the blue people, thoughts, circumstance that shall lead to your desires. That the most important thing every day is for you to feel good and only think upon thoughts that please you and that you like and that you want in your life. So ladies and gentlemen, with that, you can expect your life to start becoming better and better, as it is starting right now. There's my contact information if you need to get a hold of me. I love you guys. This has been just an amazing session, and you just start expecting out of the blue the heavens to part for you and all things that you desire to come to you. And with that, that's all we have now. I'll send that recording out to you later and these instructions. And I wish you all the best and love to hear about all the amazing and wonderful things that now happen for you. Love you. Bye-bye.